This is another of my projects that I got going on here. And what is this project? Well, I'm trying to repair this Ram 1500 diesel, eco diesel, that got wrecked, and all this frame on the front was pushed all the way to the side. And why am I doing this? Well, it's my truck now, so I had to kind of fix it, doing it right here in the backyard. So hopefully I can get the results I want. Yeah, so as you can see here on this part of the frame, I had to cut a side of the wrinkle part where it was pushed to the side with the torch, so I could bring it back to center. And once I do that, then I'm gonna have to weld a plate all around it. Okay, this other side, this is how it was um, all pushed out. So I cut it with the bandsaw, and so yeah, I had to prepare this part, straightening this cut right here so I can weld it flat with the other side of the frame. This part right here on this piece that we got from the junkyard, all these wrinkles right here are the crample zones for the, in case of an accident, and those stay intact, and there's nothing there that interferes with that. Okay, so he was driving uh, on the highway coming from Austin, and it was raining real hard, and he lost control of the truck, and he went into the medium, and he wrecked it towards the concrete containment wall, and that's how he got damaged. So this is the way it's going to be repaired. Now, is it going to be a safe repair? Hopefully so. It's not the first one I've done. I did one last year, and it was not as hard as this one. It's got more damage, but I think I can handle it, and we'll see. Now, this part of the frame where the rack and pinion bolts to and everything else, the alignment part seems to be fine. So the damage was basically just this front part of the bumper area, and it seems like the rest of it held up okay. So it was driven in here just like that when I put it inside here. We just reconnected the new radiator, and then I could start it up and drive it in here. So there is apparently no damage to the frame where the alignment is maintained. So I think it's going to be fine. I don't think it's going to be a big deal once everything gets welded to it. The main problem is going to be actually after I attach the bumper, we had to straighten this part. Yeah, so once the frame is welded solid and the bumper is installed, then I got the strength to straighten out or pull these parts on the top without the frame machine. So I had to either do with the come along with the hydraulic ram or with the chain. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. I guess once you get going, then the solution presents itself.
So what I had to do there is just making that piece flat so I could actually match it with the rest of the frame best I could, because it's kind of hard to weld when it's like in a vertical position there. So I had to do a little more grinding, making it flat on the other side. So when it comes to do the welding, yeah, it won't be that hard. So it's always hard to weld when it's distracted, but I do the best I can. So what I'm doing there is just eyeballing it or siding it with the rest of the frame and just trying to put as straight as I can and clamping it there with the top of the frame so I can do a few spot welds. So that way it stays in a fixed position so I can do the final welding when I am committed to do it while the frame and the bumper are attached. So now it's ready to go. This bracket, I had a replacement for this bracket, but then I threw it away by accident. I scrapped it. Now I'm gonna have to straighten it out because I got the other side. I threw away the wrong one. Now, well, I'm gonna have to straighten this one out because I don't want to go to the junkyard and trying to find one. I don't just want to do that, so I'll try to straighten it out, see if I can do it. Right now, I just temporarily welded this front tubes of the frame so I can assemble the bumper, and then I'll do the final welding. Yeah, I had to complete the weld on that part, and there, that flange there. So what I'm doing here is with that big bar and chain, I'm pulling the top part of that frame where the fender sits or bolts to. And at the beginning I thought I had to use the frame machine to be able to do that. And then it occurred to me that I could just use that bar and lever, or use the lever there to try to straighten it out, and that's what I did. So I just set the bar there and I put the bolt underneath and tighten it down. When I did that, it just, snapped off of the part that I had it, and I'm glad nobody was there because that would have been painful. Okay, so I got so far welded the front of these frame pipes, and now I was able to position this part right there on the hole, so that's good. See, it's a little bit bent here. I'm gonna have to just beat it with the hammer there a little bit, but I think it's gonna be fine. I don't think that'll interfere too much unless the fender is gonna be out of position there, but I don't know. I have to do the same thing here with the big bar. I don't know if this be easier or harder. Just gonna have to see. This one is also bent a little bit here, but not much. So as long as I can drag it all the way to the center and bolt it to the frame there, that's fine. So the easiest way to actually straighten that part was to use the 20-ton jack, and I just push it and line up the holes and bolt it in place. The next thing to do is set up the radiator support. I had to take off of those brackets there. So I forgot to take some video clips, but I took some pictures. Here's the radiator support, and I got a cam along just to pull those arms on the top together so I could bolt it in, and got the hood lined up, and bolting the lower part of the radiator support. So using the hydraulic ram and the 20-ton jack from my press, I was able to push the lower part of the frame on the right side to make it bolt to the lower part of the radiator support. And finally everything got put together, and here's the grill part of the truck, but is missing the support for the grill, so I had to wait for my brother to bring me that. Trying to repair this connector, it's missing, so I'm just gonna stick the wires in and put some hot melt glue
You just make a connector. All I wanted is to turn on, and I had to repair the things that is missing or fabricate things. Still got to do some adjustments, and I had to repair this fender. And I'm missing some parts right here on the front, so I can mount that grill.
Alright, so the next thing that I had to do is kind of straighten that fender on the right side. The fender is kind of bent. So what I had to do is just take the fender off, and what I'm gonna do right now is with the 2x4, I'm just gonna make a template of that door, or the contour of the door, so I can get the same shape force into the fender itself, because it's bent way too much. So get the bandsaw set up and then cut the contour of the door into the 2x4. I didn't want to do a perfect sanded mold or anything like that, just basically something that resembles the shape of the door, because as you can see, the fender is way out of shape there. So it occurred to me that I could do that, and then just using some clamps I could have clamped it and force it into shape, and I think it worked. Just trying to get the best angle or the best position for that 2x4 to be able to squeeze in the fender and, you know, persuade it to keep that shape, which it did. So I had to beat it a little bit with the hammer, and it's not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be a lot better than it was. And I just didn't want to buy any new parts or any fenders or anything like that, so I don't want to spend the money doing that. And this is basically a work truck, so it doesn't have to be that pretty. Right, so that's the first try to go and test it on the truck, and I can see already that this is better. It's got a little dent right there in that part, which I have to just give it some more squeeze. Kind of slide that 2x4 while it was squeezed, and that actually took care of it. So I had to just beat it a little bit harder and put the rubber mat underneath, and that helped a lot. Alright, so let's try it again. And this time it looks a lot better. See? You kind of give it the shape of the door. Just a little bit beaten here and there. And once you put the bolts on top and bottom, and then I can use the same door to be able to kind of force it into shape.
All right, so finally I got most of the stuff put on. This fender is slightly bent here, so the gap is not going to get any closer than that, but it's got to be replaced. But so far the light is fine, all the radiator stuff is fine. This other side, the fender is straight more or less. Can see the gap right here is kind of close, so maybe the hood is just the hinges are slightly bent towards one side, but maybe that's good enough for me. Very well, so this is the last step here on this repair. I'm gonna fill it up with coolant, start it up. Good. I'm happy with it. So thank you very much for watching. This is going to be all for this video, and I hope you enjoy this repair. It's not something that I do every day on my channel. Mostly I deal with equipment restoration and CNC stuff, but this is my truck and I had to get it done. So I started recording some clips of the repair. Um, The bad thing about it is at the beginning, I didn't think about doing it. So I started doing the repair without recording the first parts of what I did, which was straighten out the frame, cutting it with the torch and straighten it up with my friend here that, got most of this straightened part done because I don't have a frame shop. So this helped me actually straighten most of the stuff. Anyway, as you probably don't know, but I had a alignment shop for decades, and I did alignments, and I did some repairs on frames and stuff like that. So I do have experience in these sort of things. So this is going to be all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.